in the savage jungles, where blood is law and hunger never ends, a hunter was reborn in crimson fury. This is BloodSeeker. Let the story begin. He is hunger made flesh, a relentless shadow stalking the blood-soaked battlefields. No mercy, no rest, only the unending thirst for the life essence of his prey. Wherever the river runs red, he follows, because to survive in this world, you must become the predator or become the prey. Born deep within the shadowed jungles of the dire, BloodSeeker was once a mortal man, a skilled hunter, in a tribe that revered the life and death cycle as sacred. From early childhood, he possessed an uncanny gift, the ability to track prey by the faintest scent of blood, a talent that both awed and frightened his people. Blood was not merely a sign of death to him. It was a living essence, a language he instinctively understood. His tribe worshipped ancient primal gods who demanded blood sacrifices to maintain the balance between life and death. Yet within BloodSeeker stirred a darker force, one that transcended mere devotion. It was a curse, or a blessing, no one could say, that twisted his very soul and bound him to the relentless hunger for blood. This hunger became a defining force when his village was brutally attacked and destroyed by rival warbands. Consumed by rage and despair, the man was transformed, his senses sharpened beyond human limits. Every spilled drop of blood on the battlefield became a beacon, calling to him like a siren's song. In that moment, he transcended mortality and became a living embodiment of death's hunger, an unstoppable predator driven by an insatiable thirst. Outcast and feared, BloodSeeker abandoned his past life and embraced the primal darkness that now consumed him. No longer just a hunter of animals, he became a hunter of men, stalking the lands of Dota with relentless fury and an unyielding will. His name spread through the shadows, whispered in fear among enemies and allies alike. He is both executioner and savior, a brutal force of nature who believes that blood is the only truth. In his eyes, the spilled blood is a sacred currency, a bond with the gods of old, and a constant reminder that survival demands sacrifice. To BloodSeeker, every battle is not just a fight for victory. It is a ritual, a dance with death itself, and he will stop at nothing until the land is soaked in the crimson tide of his wrath.
BloodSeeker's transformation was not merely physical, it was a brutal war raging within his soul. The primal hunger awakened inside him clawed relentlessly, tearing apart whatever humanity remained. He stood on the edge between man and monster, control and chaos. Every day was a battle, to hold on to the last traces of conscience or surrender fully to his bloodthirsty nature. This inner conflict began with loss, the loss of his tribe, his family, the world he once knew. He felt the darkness growing within him every time blood was spilled. Instead of sorrow, rage took hold, wild, uncontrollable, and all-consuming. In his darkest moments, BloodSeeker saw himself through the eyes of his enemies, a monster devouring everything in his path. And that was the truth. He stopped fearing death. Instead, he became its embodiment. His body changed, muscles grew stronger, his movements swifter, and his senses of blood sharper. Every scar stained with blood was a reminder of his losses and his growth. Yet even in this cruelty, he did not lose all humanity. Sometimes in the silence, he remembered the words of his tribe's ancient elders, that blood carries life, not just death. This idea became a driving force that helped him channel his hunger into a controlled purpose. He learned not only to hunt, but to wield blood as both weapon and shield. His first great choice was pivotal: to remain a merciless beast or become a warrior who metes out justice, no matter how harsh. BloodSeeker chose the path of a lone avenger, punishing those who spilled blood without respect. He became both the wrath descending on sinners and a guardian of order amid the chaos of war. With this newfound understanding, BloodSeeker gained even greater power. His body transformed into a deadly instrument, and his mind into cold calculation. He mastered controlling his enemy's blood, forcing it to pulse under his command, strengthening his strikes and weakening foes. In the end, BloodSeeker was no longer just the man who once roamed the jungles. He became a symbol of war's relentless nature, a living reminder of the price paid by anyone who wields a blade. BloodSeeker exists in the shadowy borders where life and death blur, a relentless predator in the eternal struggle between radiant and dire. Though he does not pledge loyalty to either side, his actions shape the battlefield in ways few can predict. His homeland was ravaged by endless wars, a place where bloodshed was as common as the air itself. This crucible forged him into what he is, a hunter of blood, driven by the scent of pain and chaos. He roams the lands between the ancients, acting neither as savior nor destroyer, but as a force of primal balance. BloodSeeker's enemies fear him not only for his deadly skills, but for the curse he brings, the ability to track bleeding foes with ruthless precision, turning even the slightest wound into a death sentence. This makes him a terrifying service on any battlefield, capable of turning tides by stalking the weakest and most vulnerable. Though he appears solitary, BloodSeeker's presence influences many key players in the Dota world. His path has crossed with deadly assassins, brutal warriors, and cunning mages alike, sometimes as an ally of convenience, more often as a rival whose respect must be earned through blood. He shares a complicated history with heroes like Rico, assassin who operate in the shadows, and even with Juggernaut, whose code of honor contrasts with BloodSeeker's savage nature. Betrayals and uneasy truces have marked these relationships, reflecting the complex web of alliances in a world at war. Among the seven mad gods, BloodSeeker is a creature shaped by chaos and primal instincts, embodying the raw, savage side of existence. While not a god himself, his bloodthirsty power serves as a reminder of the endless cycle of violence and survival that fuels the world's eternal conflict. In battles, BloodSeeker's presence often signals doom for those wounded, as his thirst for blood turns skirmishes into hunting grounds. His relentless pursuit punishes recklessness, forcing warriors to fight with precision or fall prey to his deadly gaze. Ultimately, BloodSeeker is both a symbol and a tool of the unending war, a manifestation of bloodshed's cost, the hunter who thrives where others falter, and the dark balance between life and death in the world of Dota. BloodSeeker's lore is riddled with mysteries and whispers that go beyond his savage reputation. Many fans speculate that his blood magic is not just a natural ability, but the result of a dark pact made long ago, possibly with one of the seven mad gods, whose influences ripple through the Dota universe. One of the most intriguing theories connects BloodSeeker with the Dire's ancient bloodline rituals. It's believed that his thirst for blood stems from a cursed lineage that binds him to the land's darkest energies. This curse may be what grants him his unnatural senses, allowing him to track prey across great distances, even through obstacles that would blind or confuse others. Another hidden link is his subtle connection to heroes like BloodSeeker's longtime rival and sometimes uneasy ally, Lion. Both wield dark magic that manipulates life and death, but while Lion's power is tied to demonic possession, BloodSeeker's source remains an enigma. Some fans theorize that BloodSeeker's power might even be a corrupted form of the same blood magic Lion once studied, making their battles more than mere physical confrontations, but spiritual struggles over control of forbidden knowledge. BloodSeeker's silence and brooding demeanor hide a tortured past that few have glimpsed. Certain lore scraps suggest he once sought to control his curse, aiming to use it as a force for protecting his people. However, tragedy struck, twisting his purpose into relentless vengeance and survival. Interestingly, in some early concept arts and unused scripts, BloodSeeker was portrayed as a protector of the weak, hunting only those who preyed on the innocent. This version was scrapped for the darker and more violent persona known today, yet echoes of this protective nature can be seen in his ability to seek out wounded allies on the battlefield, as if he has an instinct to preserve life, even amidst destruction. Fans also speculate that BloodSeeker's true name is lost to time, and BloodSeeker is a title given by terrified enemies. His real identity might tie into larger Dota lore mysteries, involving ancient kingdoms and blood rituals long forgotten. Lastly, many have noticed the thematic parallels between BloodSeeker and other Dota heroes when manipulate life forces, like Necrophiler. Whether these similarities are coincidental or intentional foreshadowing remains debated.
He is neither savior nor monster. He is the crimson storm that no one can outrun. In the silence after the hunt, in the blood that stains the earth, his legend grows darker and deeper. And somewhere, beyond the edge of the world, a new shadow watches, waiting for the moment to challenge the thirst that never dies. Do you dare to face the beast within the blood? If you like the story, please subscribe to our channel. New lore is waiting for you.